Okay, I'm Steve Hallet.
And how do you spell your last name?
H-A-L-L-E-T-T.
And what's your title?
Associate Professor of Weed Science, actually.
Of weed science?
Yeah,
Ah.
in the Department of Botany and Plant Pathology.
Okay. Well, let's talk a little bit about this project and your involvement in it. I don't know if you want to maybe start from the beginning and just sort of how it came to be and how you were involved with it.
Okay, well...
Oh. That's always the problem on Purdue's campus. When we do
There's
outside interviews, it's like, free.
Yeah, there's a plane nearby.
It's a big one. It's a twin engine. Okay, there you go.
Okay, I can feel that heat already. Psychological.
There you go.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so the Student Farm Project is a project that involves the whole university. Our intention here is to try and turn over this really nice piece of land we have here. It's about 5 acres with really good soils and an irrigation system. We want to try and build this up to such a point that we can turn it over to be a student-run farm. Lots and lots of different people are involved, which is really, really exciting. So we have lots of people from the Agriculture College, but also from the HDM department. One of the concepts is field to fork, and Chef Ivan, our super chef, is the fork. And the guys in the Agriculture department, I guess, are the field. There are two things that are really important to this project. One is students, that it be student-run as much as possible, and the other is sustainability. We have a really, really nice piece of land here. What we want to do is produce lots and lots of good, healthy food on it, and also build the land up rather than tearing it down. Do the best we can with that.
Well, you were saying Purdue has fields, they have farm space for testing
Sure.
and whatnot, but this is unique in that it's going to be student-run and it's going to be sustainable food. Is that the idea?
It's particularly unique for being student-run. So Purdue has a network of farms. We have 9 farms, around about 15,000 acres across the state. The idea being that research can be done in different locations around the state, and fantastic research is done. The focus here is completely different because it's a focus primarily on undergraduate students, but also graduate students. And also this is a very small farm relative to the others. And so we want it to be a multi-commodity, mixed activity farm. So we have a fantastic group of students that want to have chickens out here. We have some guys that are interested in beekeeping. We have a team that are excited about composting, which many people think is a bit strange. I'm not one of those people, but so there's a whole range of different students with different things they're excited about doing here. So with all these different interests, we think we can develop a really nice, sustainable farm that at the same time teaches principles of agriculture and then all the way through to hospitality and tourism.
And will the students, I mean, as part of their curriculum, it'll be working out here in whatever area
Right.
that's being taught or whatever.
Right,
their
so the farm and the curriculum build together. When you have a site such as this, you can build courses. So we want to build courses that operate out here. But to be honest, probably the most valuable thing about the site is just the experience. So students, when they get to the stage of managing the farm, they make the decisions. So how do you make it financially profitable? How do you manage the soils? How do you manage the water? What buildings do we need to build? What equipment do we need? How do we maintain it? How do we make the whole thing work? And really importantly as well is how do we manage it in the short term financially, but also in the long term environmentally. We want as little as possible to come into this site and as little as possible that's detrimental to leave. We want lots of good food to leave, but no bad things. Yeah.
And the idea behind that is not using pesticides and fertilizer, trying to make it all sustainable, make it all.
Sure. Actually, one of the things about this site is the soil. So the soil is it's a really, really nice soil. It's quite sandy. We should be able to grow really great stuff here. But with some compost, with some added organic material, the soil should get better and better and better. The first thing is we just don't feel as though we need inorganic fertilizer out here. But also thinking of sustainability in the long term, I think everyone's becoming aware that we have problems. We have problems with runoff. We have problems with nutrients getting into our waterways. We also potentially have problems with access to fertilizer and price of fertilizer, so that's not what we want to teach here. We want to teach self-sustainability, composting, using the materials from the farm to build the soils and improve the soil as we go. As a general rule, this part of Indiana has fantastic soils, or at least had fantastic soils. Over the last half century or so, the quality of those soils has maintained reasonably well, but has gradually declined. What we want this site to do is the opposite, build its organic matter and improve. Yeah.
Is the idea then that by the end of the school year they'll be planting and tending to the garden? Is that the idea, or is it already?
Sure, I don't know if you noticed, it's kind of cold today. So the season is kind of drawing to a close, so we're really gearing up for March. We have a couple of courses. We're teaching a course currently, just a one-credit course. We're going to teach another course in the spring, but then really gearing up to the production season next year, which we'll probably do relatively modestly. With a long-term plan, in 5 years we want this place to be full. Lots and lots of different things being produced by lots and lots of different people in a nice sort of exciting, busy student-run farm.
I can imagine it.
You can picture it. It takes a little vision, but it's there if you've got the vision.
All right, I think we're good. Thank you.
Sweet, thanks.